Hello and welcome to another Friday night here at Whiskey Wars. How are we doing, everybody? Hopefully well. Hopefully got something tasty in the glass. As the thumbnail says, I'm going to be going through a bunch of Ryes tonight, 6 specifically. And Patreons, you get to win samples of all 6. So, yeah. So I'll probably end up showing them all again at some later point, but here are the 6 Ryes that we're going through, starting from lowest proof to going to highest. And hey, look at that. We got John joining us. What's up, buddy? See ya.
How's it going?
Good, man. Got a bunch of rye whiskeys in front of me, so it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, I just pulled a bunch out here, too.
So here's our first one here. Middle West Spirits, straight rye whiskey. I don't know if you guys can see that label, but it's like a skeleton guy on a motorcycle. Pretty sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Good stuff. 96 proof. That's our lowest proof point tonight. They only get higher from there. This is batch 2 for those that wonder. Next up, we got, let's see here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I started with the second highest proof. This is the lowest proof. Corbin Cash, just the standard Merced rye there. Favorite of mine. I got that just a couple weeks ago. And then just got this in yesterday, thanks to Mr. Great Shot. Still Austin's new rye there. Well, it's kind of getting blown out, but yeah. So yeah, that one. And then let's see, next highest is Pikesville here. Of course, kind of a staple, but I'm sure most of us have had that. But yeah, grab that this week as well because I was out. And then let's see here. Next highest is Next highest is the Knob Creek. Got a Knob Creek cast strength rye there this week as well because haven't had that in a while. And then last, another one that I actually gave my last bottle to my cousin because he liked it so much, the Stellum Rye. Yeah. And the whole reason I am gathering all these ryes together is because here soon, and Patreons, you guys will be able to participate, is I'm going to be doing like a mid-tier rye bracket battle. Kind of like I did last year with the best bottles under 40. So these are going to be all ryes in the $50 to $70 price range. I got a few more to buy still before I have my brackets ready, but should be something like a total of 16 ryes. So, 4 brackets of 4 starting out. And then, Patreons, you guys will get to vote on which ones you think will make it to the final 4 and which will be the winner. That's what we did with the last battle as well. I got to set up that bracket and all that stuff, but be curious to see which one comes out on top. So, John, what are you starting with tonight?
I am starting with Wilderness Trail Pick for Mash and Journey, the Tom Sawyer's Mean Rye.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good one.
I have one Canadian that's under 100 proof. Everything else I have for rye is barrel proof.
Cool.
This isn't a bad thing either. So.
No, definitely not. So we got Slapshot in the house. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Mark Mace, cheers, man. That's our latest Patreon there. Just became a Patreon a few minutes before the stream started. So thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Cheers, buddy. Welcome to the crew. Sure Kitty, another Patreon there. Of course, the man on screen is also a Patreon. Appreciate all you guys. You guys are great. Thank you for this.
Just saw Sugar Kitty on Whiskey Dick's stream.
Oh, okay, awesome. I didn't know that Whiskey Dick went Friday nights. He
did a live stream with Nick from Found North tonight.
Oh, okay, very cool. So I'm going to start with a little Corbin Cash. Start with our lowest proof here, since it is my first pour of the day. I imagine this will do quite well in my bracket because I really love just the uniqueness of this rye. You get to try this, John?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Well, you could win tonight, and then you'll get to try all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I haven't decided what the prize will be for whoever wins the rye bracket battle. Maybe we'll figure out a bottle or something for the winner. Let's see here. Who else we got? Sean Willis. Cheers, man. Good to see you. Yeah, rye night indeed. Tater Dom. All right. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, cheers to you, Tater. Whiskey Dick, Bourbon Guys, and Bourbon Ranch. Oh, yes. Okay. Pack Night. Yeah. Woods in the house as well. Good stuff. Yeah. I may have to get another one of these from David over there at Corbin Cash, and maybe make this our prize, or maybe the Still Austin. Have Mark send me one that not everybody can get. That way, you guys can get to try something new, because the rest of these
direct tip to you.
Well, David, I kind of have I don't know if I should even talk about it on live.
A workaround.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get
that.
Yeah. Rules and things.
Yes.
Because I imagine most of the rest of the Ryes I have, you guys can get a hold of. Like the Stellum, the Pikesville, I guess Middle West has pretty good distribution now. Knob Creek certainly is everywhere. So we'll have to figure out a Rye. I'll probably have you guys vote, honestly, since it's going to be one of your guys' bottles. I'll have you guys vote on it, and then we'll...
I had a sample of the Middle West has got a dark pumpernickel. I had a sample of that a couple of years ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Fancies did a review of that not too long back, and they really seem to really like it. I haven't seen that one around here, though, so I'll have to keep an eye out. Five Fingers, what's up? And Peter White, cheers, fellas. How we doing? It's interesting. It shows that there's 0 people viewing the live stream, which I know can't be true because there's people commenting.
According to I got the YouTube app up on my TV here. It says there's 13 watching right now.
Okay, good. And now we get another set of guys going. Okay, yeah, yes, indeed, yeah. So, how many multi-streaming? How many streams you got going there, Sure? We need to do like a giant Inception night and just all of us stream each other's streams, and then
Matt will be going in a little while too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, mine shows 13. Okay. Yeah, it's odd that my counter's not showing any. Still 0. It's not counting any of you guys. 0 people hit the like anyway. Oh, there you go. Well, yeah, let's get that number up. Yeah, if you could please hit that like button, we appreciate that. Actually, I think I might. I guess I already did. I don't know. Anyway, what of these Ryes I have on the table have you had, John? So I got the Stellum, Pikesville, Middle West, Knob Creek, Still Austin, Corbin.
Everything but Still Austin, and I think I haven't had the Stellum. I've had the Stellum bourbon. I haven't had the Rye yet, and the Corbin Cash.
Yeah, I really like the Stellum Rye. It's good stuff.
Yeah, we get those 115 KC picks here, and those are hitters.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, this is not a pick.
They've got a couple here that were single barrels that are, I don't know if you like the smell of a fresh Christmas tree.
Okay.
But yeah, it's that balsam spruce. It's really good.
Nice. Yeah, I was just looking for the. Oh yeah, it's on the dark green part of it. Bottled by Stellum Spirits, Louisville, Kentucky. But where is it? Yeah, distilled in Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. So it's a blend, which I think really helps it out. And hey, we got Mark Mason in the house.
Hey, almost St. Patty's Day.
Hey, brother.
That's it. Yeah. Not too long away.
That's the way they can blend away some Dickel and get rid of it.
There you go. Yeah. Getting rid of some Dickel and throwing some. I wonder what the Kentucky is, but yeah. Anyway, I really like the Stellum blend though. That combination really works well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Barrel always just master blenders. What do you got in the glass, Mark?
Given your stream, I pulled out 5 Ryes, and right now it's the
awesome.
Starlight Indiana Night Strain.
Okay,
nice,
very cool.
See if I can keep up.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and go through 6. We'll see how I do.
Yeah. Well, it sounded like you had about 10 or 12 out there. Like I can't keep up with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought about bringing all of the mid-tier Ryes I had out, and I have like 13. I was like, that's not going to go well. So we'll stick with the 6 I've purchased recently.
So yeah, I went through quite a bit of bourbon with Dan Stream in the backstage last night.
Granddaughter.
Oh, hey there.
Oh,
say hi.
Hi there.
Say hi. Look at it.
She looks like she might be a little Irish.
Yeah, just a little bit. She's about off to bed.
Yeah. I can never forget St. Patrick's Day because it's also my anniversary. So if I, it was not intentional. It just happened to work out that way.
I thought if somebody actually, wrote something in chat or whatever that there's this crazy dude with a ridiculous hat on, maybe some people come see it.
There we go. Yeah. Although it still shows 0 viewing. I don't know what that's about. Okay. Sure, it has 3 streams going. One went off. We were all actual cat bots. Nobody. Okay, there you go. F-RYE is way better than Stone Bourbon. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, the Stone Bourbon is good, but kind of just middle of the road bourbon. Like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of it's a bourbon. Kind of forgettable, I guess. Roller, what's up, buddy? Cheers. F-RYE is damn good for 50. Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, it will certainly do well in this upcoming bracket that I have planned, I would imagine, because it's one of my favorites. Is that the Riddler's hat? Peter White said. Close. Oh, she's back.
Yeah. She's interested in what's going on here. Can you imagine that at 2 years old?
Yeah, there you go. There's some crazy guy with a cowboy hat on.
Yeah. She's like, what is going on there?
I was like, why is Grandpa on TV right now?
This is my youngest.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. My youngest boy just turned 35, and this is his daughter.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. She's a
little lady.
She is a handful. Grandma's about to put her to bed.
Ah. Todd, what's up, brother? Cheers, man. What do we got in class, Todd? I know you're a big rye guy, so this is you should have plenty to bring up tonight. Also, I got to get see, Mark, I owe you a bottle as well, right? Where's my list at? I owe Todd a bottle. Feel like you're on that list as well. I got to get a lot of things packaged up.
Were you saying the other night you were sick last week? I was too. I was down for 2 weeks.
Yeah. That upper respiratory infection thing. Apparently, it wasn't COVID, but whatever it was, it sucked. I know that.
Laid me down. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's like it's one of the worst lung infections I've ever had. Like when I was like the 3rd or 4th day, when I would breathe, my lungs would just burn. I've never had that sensation before. I've felt like pressure and congestion before, but never burning. So that was interesting.
Yeah, I had that going on, plus 0 energy, none.
Just exactly same here. Yeah. I was out of work for a week and just laid around the house a lot.
Yep, me too.
Yeah,
it was. And I thought maybe it did have something to do with COVID because it jacked up with my my nose and my palate for probably 5 days after that before I started to get it back.
Well, same here. Yeah, I haven't shot any reviews in 2 weeks. Thankfully, I had some shot already. But this bottle here that got sent to me with the regular Corbin Cash, I'm supposed to review that for David. I told him I would, and haven't been able to because I'm just kind of now getting my palate back to normal. I couldn't, everything just kind of tasted like slightly spicy water for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I really couldn't get any flavor out of everything. Everything tastes tannic to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so thankfully now I can kind of, I wouldn't say it's 100% back, but 80 to 90 maybe. Corbin Cash Rye is good stuff, though, even with that said.
I don't have a bottle of that. Never tried it.
Well, that's what we were just discussing is.
I hear a lot of things about it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby really pushed them up. Independent Joe had them on too a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby's how I discovered them. Because obviously I'd never heard of them because they're only in California. Yeah. And he's just an hour from the distillery. And he just kept talking about it. And then I got in touch with David and they got some bottles out to me, which was awesome. and had them on. And I mean, Dave was just a cool guy. I mean, it started as a farmer. Basically, that's what his family did. And then from there, they were like, well, we got all this stuff. Could we make a distillery? And so they started that with the sweet potato mash. And then they got the Merced Rye, which is just a cover crop. And it's funny because they just do that so they can grow sweet potatoes. And that's like my favorite product is the Merced Rye. It's amazing stuff. Yeah.
You wonder if they can make more out the sweet potato liqueur than they do selling the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I imagine that it must be fairly profitable because David tries to encourage people to try that. So
that's what I want to try at some point.
I will say it's really interesting. It's not like any other liqueur I've ever had. It's not nearly as sweet as most liqueurs, which I appreciate. I don't like things that are super sweet. And it's just got some really different notes. I mean, it's very sweet potato-y. So, yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Cheers, Paul. Good to see you, man. Yeah, and then, well, I've moved it now. But then their blend of the Merced Rye and the sweet potato liqueur, that's really interesting. That's one of my wife's favorite things to have. In fact, my bottle's almost empty. It's got like maybe a couple pours left in it because anytime she wants something, that's usually what she wants. So
that bottle take off and take the car keys in the middle of the night. Is that what happens?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but it is good. It's a crazy blend of stuff, as you can imagine. I mean, sweet potato flavors and then the Merced Rye. It's very different. I actually brought that to the Kentucky meetup last year, and some people, it's hard to figure out what it is because it's so different than anything else you've ever had. And so some people were kind of taken aback a little bit because like what the heck is this? But then a lot of people really liked it. So hopefully Corbin Cash can expand their distribution soon because, man, they're doing some great stuff.
Well, I got to tell you something. I had never drank Smooth Ambler Old Scout. Never had it.
Oh, yeah?
So Marty texted me and he said they found a combo with a Four Roses barrel strength, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
So those two were a combo, so I went and got them, and I have fallen in love with that Old Scout. It's a store pick. It is. I mean, it's just lovely.
Is it an Indiana barrel?
What's that?
Is it an Indiana barrel?
No, it's from. Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a 6-year it's an MGP barrel. Man, it's good.
Yeah.
I just have the standard one, and it's very good. I mean, it's like $40, so I can't.
Yeah, I like the profile. The profile's great.
Yeah,
I like it. So at $39, I mean that's a daily. Offer. So
oh yeah,
really good.
Now that pick you got, Mark, is that a cast strength or is it still just the 100?
Yeah, it's 100 cast strength. It's 100.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 111 proof.
Well, yeah, I can't complain for $40. Yeah, all day.
Yeah. 6-year MGP. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably going to back that up. It's really, really good.
Yeah. There's a lot of picks like that I don't see out here, which is unfortunate.
This is from Bottle. It's called Bottle Republic.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably know of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Scout is either a bourbon or American whiskey. The American is the one with the mixed MGP and Dickel. Yeah, so they have Old Scout has a couple. Well, I mean, Smooth Ambler, I guess, has a couple. Actually, I should say.
Yeah.
I guess Old Scout is just the bourbon, right? Or is that name also attached to their American?
Yeah, Old Scout is just the bourbon, and then the Smooth Ambler includes the.
Yeah, the American whiskey.
I think that's called Contradiction.
Yeah, Contradiction is the American whiskey.
Yeah.
And then what's the other thing? They have 3 different offerings. I can't remember what the other one. There's Contradiction, Old Scout, and what's the third thing? Anyway, whatever. I'm moving on to this Middle West Spirits here, which is just this freaking sweet label. It's like the Grim Reaper on a crazy looking chopper there.
Yeah.
can't really get my. Yeah, you guys can kind of see it.
I
Yeah.
don't have any Ryes new bourbon. I like rye. I probably have maybe 6 or 8 bottles of rye, I guess. This Starlight rye, M&J pick. It's really good. It's called Midwinter Indiana Night Strand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's tasty.
Todd saying he got an 8-year pick of Smooth Ambler Old Scout bourbon, and it is amazing. It was $59. Yeah, I would certainly buy that 8-year MGP. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I think mine's 6 years and like 115 proof.
Yeah,
I paid about the same for it, and it's really good.
as far as I'm concerned, I fell in love with it. I'd never had it before, and I bet I've had 4 hours out of that thing in 4 days. It's just delicious.
Very nice. Yeah, that does sound amazing, as Todd said. Yeah, man, and the Ben has a bunch of the old Scout picks, like back when they were like 10, 12 years old. Ben's got a bunch of those. These stockpiled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when they were. I was lucky enough. My local bar here. Well, it's a store that had a bar that they added, and now they've closed it since because they weren't making any money, basically. Probably because of guys like me. I got to know the girl really well that was working there, and she would just give me stuff. I didn't really ask her to do that. It's just what happened. You know, like I'd drink for 3 hours there, and you know, my tab probably should have been around $100, and then I'd pay like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see why they weren't making any money, but nonetheless,
people that knew she liked, right?
Yeah, and I'd tip her well, you know, so that probably helped.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, so they had an Old Scout there that was a 9.5-year cast ring pick, and man, that thing was beautiful. I nearly finished that bottle myself over many visits. Because nobody else around here knew what it was, you know. I guess so. It just sat, and like the first time I asked for it, I said, "Can I see that Old Scout?" And sure enough, it was a pick, and I saw the year on the back. Well, actually, no, that's when they put it down on the front, right? It was front, like bottom right. Nonetheless, yeah. And so it was dusty, like no one had touched it in months. So, like you could just like scrape the dust off. So that like became my bottle every time I went there.
Well, I'll sure be getting some more of it. I'll tell you that. I really like it. I'll put a couple back of those.
Heck yeah. I got the newer 5-year Old Scout Total Wine pick. Not too shabby. Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're still doing good stuff. I mean they're not the greatness that they were, say 5-6 years ago, but there's still some really good Old Scout stuff out there. What's everybody else got in the glass in chat there? Surely we're drinking something. Have I missed any? Let's see here. Scott Todd saying that he had, I don't know if that's what he's drinking though, an Old Scout. Yeah, what are we drinking, everybody? What are we sipping on? And what are your guys' thoughts for the upcoming bracket that I have planned? So here in the next couple of weeks, I'll be filming all those. So the goal is to get 16 different mid-tier Ryes. And so in that $50 to $70 range, that's kind of the range I'm going for. So that'll give us 4 brackets of 4 Ryes each, and they'll battle out to the final 4. So hopefully you guys are excited about watching that stuff. And then, of course, Patrons, you guys will get to vote which one you think will come out on top, the winner, and which 4 will make it to the final 4 of the 16. But any suggestions as to what rye should be included? So, of course, the 6 I have on the table tonight, the Stellum, Pikesville, Middle West, Still Austin, Knob Creek, Cast Strength, Corbin Cash, those 6 will all be in there. Plus this guy here, the New Riff Malted Rye, that one, that's going to be some strong competition there. I love that.
That was really good.
And then, of course, Rare Breed Rye will be in the mix. Russell's 6-year Rye will be in there as well. And then is Russell's, I'm trying to remember, is the Russell's single barrel rye. Is that in that price range? I feel like that's higher, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit higher.
Yeah, I don't think they're a little higher than 70. So I guess that's not quite in that same bracket. I'm trying to think what else I have. I know I have oh yeah, the Driftless Glen. Well, actually, I need to ask you, John. That pick you sent me, was that in that price range, 50 to 70?
Yeah, I bought it at cost from the store, but yeah, it was about 60.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that'll be in there. Anyway, I got them in various places. Anyway, I think I have something like 13 right now. So I got 3 more to buy. Well,
Put them all up a few days.
what's that?
You better split them up over a couple of days.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna have to do like one blind at a time, and then shoot a couple other standard reviews in there, because 2 blinds back to back is just. I've tried that before, and it does. The second blind is just a waste. You end up having to refilm it anyway, because by the end of this second one, you're just slurring so much you can't really communicate what the heck is going on. Old Forester rye? Do you mean just the standard one? That's only like $20. I don't know if that would be really fair to that rye. I mean, it's a great rye for what it is, for like $20-$25, but I think it'd get slaughtered in this competition.
How about the Jack Single Barrel, the 94 proof?
I don't know if I have that.
Earlier this evening,
Yeah, I don't think I do.
bunkered from Blue Run High Rye. I pulled out and had a pour of that this evening, right after. And I had batch 2, and this one I bunkered. I didn't know it, but it was a batch 1, fall of batch 1, and I was much more impressed with that than I was 2. It was pretty well. It was a fresh crack, and it was pretty good. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that one down, John. So JD SIB rye. Yeah, because I can definitely get that. I think I have to go to Lexington to do it, but
yeah, just that red label 94 proof.
Yeah, because I got, so I'll probably have like at least 1, maybe 2 lower proof brackets, then several different casting brackets. Sagamore, I need to get, so I'll probably get like the bib or something like that. Because right now the only Sagamore I have is the port and the double oak, but those are both finished, so I want just kind of standard ryes.
Okay.
Yeah, so a Sagamore for sure needs to be in there. Yeah, 7-year cast strength. I actually want that one specifically. Thank you for reminding me of the exact bottle that I want. Yeah,
I had just finished the Mash and Journey pick the other night. That was a 7-year cast strength. That was just awesome.
Yeah. I've only heard good things. I keep hearing good things, but I don't have any Sagamore picks. I need to change that. I guess Dan sold his out. I was kind of out of money in the time period that his were available, because I was sending all my money to Ben and Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, John. I misspoke. That old Scout is 122 proof.
Nice.
6-year-old Indiana.
Okay. Yeah, let me grab mine quick.
I said it was 113 or something like that, but it's 122.
Anybody else had this Middle West Spirits rye? It's interesting. It's very interesting. There's some notes in this I don't think I've had in any other rye.
Yeah, this one's 6-year Indiana and it's 56.6%.
Yeah.
Columbus, Ohio. Okay, interesting. Columbus rye. Get a Silver Springs? I've never even heard of that, Jacob. Where is that? Where's that out of? I don't know if I've ever heard of a Silver Springs rye. I don't even know if it's available here. You guys ever heard of Silver Springs rye?
No.
Is it out by Canyon then, maybe?
Might be, or out in. Is that like a New Mexico thing there, Jacob? I think I only have Wild Turkey 101 rye, Corbin Cash rye, and Redemption High rye, if that counts. Well, yeah, that's actually a bourbon, but yeah. But Redemption does make a rye. I don't know what. I think that feels like the price range on that is a little bit lower than the tier I'm going for. What else we got for suggestions? I'm surprised that Todd isn't throwing out a suggestion. Todd, what's your suggestion for? Of course, you'd probably say Sagamore, which has already been said. Sagamore also good. Oh, okay, cool.
This Starlight rye is a port finish. It has a very unique coffee note, sweetened coffee note on the finish. It's different. It's unique.
Yeah, mine is about gone. I need to find another one. I thought about including that, but like I said, I'm just going to do straight Ryes. I'm not going to do any finished stuff.
Yeah, that looks like my bottle, Sean. It's about gone too.
Actually, now that I think about that, is this finished? I guess it's not. No, it's just a malted rye, so that's fine. Yeah, no finish. Okay. Because I also have a Sagamore double oak, but I'm gonna leave that out as well because I want straight Ryes. And no, the Middle West, Jacob, is just their standard straight rye. It's not the pumpernickel. Although I do want to get that as well, but not for this purpose. Yeah, Sagamore is always a good choice. One of the Total Wines has a pick where there were Old Scout samples and the participants of a tasting class picked their fave. Oh, very nice. Dang it. Excuse me. Actually, seeing Woods reminds me, and I also had to turn my head. Thank you, Woods, for this thing right here. This is a courtesy of Woods. He made this himself. So now I got a bottle opener. It's a magnetic, so it sticks to my barrel. So very handy right there. Thank you, Woods. Appreciate you, man. Saw that Silver Springs at Specs today. Is it good? Apparently it is, according to Jake. Silver Springs sounds like Colorado. Yeah, it could be. Doesn't say we're having 8 year. If they do, then I'm going to get the highest year statement I can get. They do keep the redemption in the rye section. Well, there's a lot of stores that don't know what they're doing. So, Lost Lantern Spirits work. Lost Lantern. So you pick the bottle. Where's my phone? I'm curious what the distribution on that is, Jacob. Silver Springs. Yeah, I'm certain I've never seen this bottle. Anybody else?
I never heard
really.
No.
Well, now what the heck is that? My phone just became a mirror. Okay, perfect. Anyway, very cool bottle opener. Well, yeah, man, and it works great. I'm gonna have to shoot a video involving beer. What was that, Mark?
Yeah, I said cheers to Hanging AZ there. I've got this 4-gate. It's a Mashing Journey pick. It is a Kelvin Cooperage 9-year, 110 proof. As far as rye goes, this particular rye is finished in a toasted cask, and I mean it's got sage in it. Every time I drink it, I get sage heavy. Huh. It's really unusual. And talk about rye forward.
Okay.
Is that a newer one? Is that the one from about a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that first one.
And I think that's the last recent one they did. The other one too. I drank it though, but this one's really, really unique. I enjoy it, but it's, I mean, comparable to Sagamore. You'd think they might be comparable. I like the Sagamore better.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cask strength Sagamore, I like that really well.
Yeah.
This is good. It's really neat. It's good.
I like Sagamore more just for the price point too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I've got one bottle of 4-gate on my shelf, not a lot.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got that first toasted rye, and that's it.
Nice.
They're a bit on the expensive side.
Yeah.
So sure, you're saying Redemption has a couple of Ryes in addition to the higher. Yeah, for sure. And then Peter White. Yeah, so that's one we're going to be cracking tonight. There it is. The
Knob Creek Rye.
Yeah, the select Rye pick.
Oh yes, Todd, the Traverse City picks. Yes.
Jacob saying Silver Springs is distilled in Kentucky and bottled in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Interesting. Hughes Bell of Bedford Ryes are awesome too. See, that's another one. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but I'll have to keep an eye out. High West Rendezvous will definitely be in that mix. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yep. They are good.
Yeah, Rendezvous will certainly be in the mix, although they're a little above that now, but the bottle I got was when they were cheaper. That's when they were like 60. Now at Kroger, and Kroger's usually retail, they're 80. So, which is strange because I don't think they're even worth 60. But anyway, Sage and Dill are rad, just not black licorice for me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And dill depends. Like, because Willet can be a little dilly sometimes, but in a good way. Yeah, that Driftless Glen might win the whole thing, honestly. I hope my bottle hasn't been open long enough that it's kind of... It has kind of started to calm down, which I don't like. I like a punchy rye. But, man, when I first opened that bottle, it's just such a monster. But I think it's still going to do well, even though I don't have a lot left. Let's see here. Well, I got maybe a quarter of a bottle. Yeah. But yeah, that one, it made my whiskey of the year list. So yeah, I'm sure it will do pretty well in this competition. Now Redemption Rye is good. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. What am I on? Still on this Middle West Spirits. I don't know. It's okay. I guess coming off the Corbin Cash, it's not as interesting. The mouthfeel is kind of watery up front, which I don't like. The finish is nice. There's a weird note in it, though. It's very, well, it's not really weird. It's just that it's weird to have it that up front. It's very anise, whatever. A lot of anise on the finish. Paul, what's up, brother?
Cheers, dudes. What's up, man?
Hey, Paul.
Much.
Good to see you guys.
Cheers,
drinking some good whiskey, hanging out with some good people.
Nice.
Got anything in the glass, man?
I'm about to pour a little bit of this.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
That's another bottle that'll be in the mix there.
And then after that, I got a little bit of this.
Oh, I've never seen that thing. Interesting.
Me neither.
I just had a pour of it the other day, and it's really good. So,
Like the color on the label.
Yeah, see, Emerald Giant, that's that 95.5, and I know a lot of people love that, but it's not really my thing. So even if I were to put it in the competition, it wouldn't go far. It would lose in the first round for me. A lot of people would disagree strongly with that, but there you go. Yeah.
This is a pick from one of my buddies from about 3 years ago. So this is an older one. This one's 64%.
Well, all right then.
Nice.
Just under 5 years.
Hey, Sean, have you got some of that? Let me think. Doggone it. Oh, this is what it's hell getting old, guys.
Well, I mean, my memory's already shot, Mark, so
Yes.
I can't imagine.
Woodinville Rye. Have you had any of that?
Oh, Woodinville. Yeah. No, I'm thinking Wilderness Trail. Woodinville.
Yeah, I always want to call it Wilderness Trail because
Why am I not picturing the bottle? Like I feel like I have that.
Yeah, that Woodinville Rye, just a regular rye. It's got a melon note for me that I get from it every time. As it's always on the finish, and that's I don't know. It just keeps bringing me back.
Oh, so, Woodinville, they're out of Washington, right? Or
right.
Somewhere up there.
Yeah, Woodinville Rye. I like the rye. I love that melon note. It's like a honeydew melon,
Okay.
Finish. I just love that note. And it's a good smooth rye. Lots of spice. Really good. If you've not had that, you ought to give it a try. It's not an expensive bottle.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to. Another one I'm going to throw on the list here.
Yeah, Sean, I haven't pulled this bottle out for a long time. I should send you a sample of this one. This one's got the driftless grassy punch, but there's some caramel to it too.
Nice. Yeah, man.
It's really good.
Man, John, that driftless that we traded for, man, that thing.
Yeah,
amazing.
that was a hitter.
I wish I could get many, many more bottles of that. That's a ridiculous good rye.
I actually I got a case at cost because that was my group. And I think 4 of them I gave away in raffles or just exchanges because I knew people would like them so much.
Oh yeah, man, that was a great pick. Yeah, it probably is unfair to put that in since it was already on my whiskey of the year list. But
I'll send you a sample of that one, and the next time I send you stuff.
So, Paul, that rye that you showed there that I was not familiar with, where is that from, man?
So it's the King's Family Distillery, distilled in Indiana.
Okay.
Bottled by King's Family Distillery, Sevierville, Tennessee.
Oh, Sevierville. We're going to be headed there here pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah, Sevierville, Gatlinburg. That's where we're going for our anniversary. We're going to hang out down there and stuff.
Cool.
So.
Oh, Peter White, you had the turkey one. My brother got me this at the gift shop a couple of years ago.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Some solid glassware.
Good time, Sean. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
It gets crazy. It gets crazy there on the weekend. So if you can plan it where you can go during the weekday, you'll have a lot better of a time in Gatlinburg rather than trying to walk around Gatlinburg on a Saturday because that stuff's just crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are going on the weekend because right now it's the only time my wife can get off. So, yeah.
Just bring a lot of whiskey.
That's the plan, yeah. And I also plan to probably buy a few while I'm there. So I assume they have a distillery there in Sevierville, the Kings.
Yeah, I don't know if you can take tours of it. This is my first bottle that I've ever picked up from it, but I heard good reviews on it. It was like $60, 108 proof.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's good.
Aged 6 years.
Yeah, 6-year MGP at that proof. Yeah.
Yeah, that's decent.
Yeah.
So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, I might have to. I'm gonna put that on the list. So what's the name?
it's called King's Family Distillery Ryconic.
Ryconic.
Ryconic, huh?
I know that they have like a rye whiskey because I was checking out a couple other of their bottles, but
Oh, twice barreled too, huh?
Hey, Paul, when you come in, you're supposed to laugh at my hat. I think you did. I'm not sure you did.
I laughed before, so.
I don't normally wear a hat this ridiculous, but I thought I would tonight. I just felt ridiculous, I guess.
Like the right time.
'Tis
Yeah.
the season.
Wait till next Friday. We'll all look ridiculous.
Yeah. John's going, Mesa's being festive tonight.
Yeah, wait till we're all drinking Irish whiskey next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Might
we'll all be
on
left
again.
times next week.
Yeah. I had plenty of Irish whiskey. I just got to pick up my Guinness next week.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked up some. What are they called? Not the standard Guinness. It's and it's not the extra stout. It's
Did you get the foreign extra stout?
no, it's like it's in my fridge or the higher ABV one.
There's one called foreign extra stout that's like 8%. It's got it's yellow label. That's like the Guinness the rest of the world gets.
Ah, okay. No,
that's the good one.
That's not what I have. I don't think so. I don't got a good one. It's Imperial Stout. I forget. It's like it's got like gold like at the top of the label, and then it's like black and Guinness stuff. And anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I grabbed it Total Wine about a month back. Yeah, so gonna be cracking one of those.
Somebody got to me at an early age and fed me about 4 Irish car bombs, put me out on the curb.
There you go.
I never got over the Guinness.
I love me some Guinness.
Yeah, Guinness. I worked for a distributor, and Guinness was an acquired taste, but after a while, I loved it.
Yeah, it's just like chocolate and coffee. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Where's my knife?
That the Irish cream sweetens it up though with the Irish car bombs. So
Yeah,
Dangerous.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making something. Well, it's a video of a thing that's similar to an Irish car bomb. I call it a Kentucky Meth Lab, and
Unique name.
yeah, that's what goes boom around here.
I think I mentioned it on a stream a week ago when I lived down in Milwaukee. There was a bar that upscaled it, and I know it's offensive, but they took like a smaller glass of Jameson into like a highball glass of Bailey's, dropped it into a pitcher of Guinness, and it was called the Belfast Bus Bomb.
Ah.
There you go.
And I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I had some fun with it one night. Never drank Guinness again.
Yeah, that's one of the few beers I still go back to regularly. Old Guinness.
Yeah, after all the Guinness and corned beef and everything, you hate to be a plumber the next day.
For sure, yeah. Anybody smoke their corned beef? Basically doing it brisket style.
I never have.
It's
I
pretty,
wanted to do
great.
that. I saw a recipe where you put the rub on it and you make pastrami that way.
Yeah, it's basically pastrami. Yeah, it's awesome.
I
That's
love
how that's how I do them almost every year now. Because
You smoke it?
yeah,
Yeah, I have to try that. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I never
Oh,
smoked.
good. I'll have to get 2 corned beef pieces because normally I just get the one, and then when I put it in the crock pot with the water to simmer it, I'll actually put a can of Guinness in there too,
there you go.
Ah,
and then make Reubens out of it.
Holy crap! I forgot how good the Still Austin Rye is.
yeah.
Like the Corbin Cash was good. The Middle West was okay, but this is good. Mm. Oh man, it's like chocolate and caramel and rye spice. Yeah, this might be the winner bottle right here, like the giveaway bottle. Of course, I'll let you guys vote on it, but
That's
yeah,
what I
man.
heard. Todd was going crazy on it on Tuesday.
Oh, it's so stinking good.
Yeah, that Still Austin is turning heads everywhere, isn't it?
Well, there you go. So, yeah. I actually had tried it before tonight, but I just got a little sample from Great Shot. This was a couple weeks back, and immediately like texted him like, "Hey, can you send me a bottle of this?" And, yeah, I'm fiending. Yeah, so he got me that, and he got me the latest Nancy pick, which is also I'm sure awesome. I haven't cracked it yet, but I'm sure it will be amazing. Their cast strength bourbon. Yeah, so very happy to have my own bottle of this guy here. This is man, that's good stuff.
nice.
And it's a good proof point too. 99.6, so basically 100 proof.
Nice.
I just don't see him tonight. He might be over watching Madness too.
Great shot. You could be. That's where all. I guess that's where all the cool people are. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, after a Tuesday night stream, I thought enough people would hit up Mr. Great Shot. He'd have to start a side business, just shipping bottles.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me because I know this is not the cool place to be, but I appreciate you.
Hey, this is fun. It's more relaxing.
There
Oh, I mean, you watch it for a few years. You don't have to catch everyone. You can catch.
Hey, Katie.
Yeah, I mean, I get my updates through everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a quiet place to hang out. It's fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Instead of trying to follow a chat that's got 800 people in it that keeps scroll like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how Matt does it. Like, I mean, honestly, as you can see, I'm currently 9 minutes behind. So yeah, there's no way I'm keeping up with 800 people. It's just not going to happen. 143 Bourbon said, I used to live in Sevierville and Gatlinburg. Nice place to visit, but is rough. Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't been in years, but the wife, she gets to choose where we go, so she wanted to go there, and I was like, okay, that's fine. It's not really my thing. To me, it's a lot like iDrive down in Orlando, if you've ever been there, or basically any other touristy spot. Yeah, so basically, like Gatlinburg now. I mean, when I went as a kid, it was different. It wasn't as crazy then.
Yeah.
But 30 years have passed since then, and so now it's basically they just transplanted iDrive to Gatlinburg now. So there's the Ripley's, believe it or not, and all the fancy restaurants and all the magic shows and all the touristy stuff. So,
well, just walking down Gatlinburg, because we had went at the end of January, and it was just the one strip down Gatlinburg, like the main drag. It was just nothing but kind of like souvenir T-shirt shops and just like little eateries and restaurants. I'm like, man, they really haven't branched out with like really cool shopping. There's really cool stuff to see in Gatlinburg. I'm not saying that, but it's definitely, you can definitely get a touristy vibe if you're just walking down the strip, and it just, little restaurant after little restaurant and, little souvenir shops. You can get a Confederate bikini. We walked into a shop and found a Confederate bikini. If Millie is into that stuff, I don't know.
I feel like no, but I'll try and talk her into it. That it'll go over really well with our friends of other ethnicities. Oh man. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't even know why it's still a thing.
I'll throw this out there. There's about 20 miles away. There's a Harley dealership, and they've got a saloon and a restaurant that's got really good food. They're out in the country, but on the top of the restaurant, they have the cop car, and they've got a General Lee. Well, a couple of years ago, they put a white sheet over the roof of the General Lee.
I mean that kind of stuff doesn't bother me because that's.
Yeah. It's not the best sheet to put to cover something.
No.
Don't go with the white sheet.
At least go with a tan or
that's a little on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, like that is not historic, but I mean that's like that was an era of this country. So like when that was not acceptable, but whatever you want to call it, I don't know.
I watched that show every Friday night when it was on.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, it's just like, so, around these parts, for the most part, Kentucky is pretty up to date now. It's like, it's not as backwoods as people think. But there are still areas in this county. There's a road called, there's an area that the actual name for it is called Missouri Hollow. But we call it Misery Hollow because that's where all the meth heads live. So that you just don't go to that part of the county because you're gonna get like your car stolen or stabbed. It's just not a good place to go. And so in that part of the county, there's lots of the South will rise again flags and just that kind of nonsense that you just gotta shake your head. You're just like, okay, yeah, and you're gonna do it. You dumb meth head ass. Yeah, you're the one that's going to rise up, aren't you? You can't even buy food, you dumbass.
No, Greg, but they didn't have holes cut for the headlights. They just covered the flag on the roof, was it? It's just dumb.
Yeah, I love the South will rise again on the trailer that's falling apart. That just makes my day every time I see it. Like,
hey,
yep.
It gives me hope.
I'm like, wait, wasn't Kentucky a blue state anyway?
Yeah. So, and that's another thing. It's like Kentucky always gets thrown in with like the South when really Kentucky was they were basically Switzerland of the Civil War. So they just like they weren't taking either side.
Well, you got Tennessee on one side and Ohio on the other, so kind of stuck in the middle.
I will say I live in northeast Wisconsin, and I kind of live in one of those areas too.
Yeah.
That if Dollar General has come into every little town now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I don't know where they found the meth people to be the workers. But every Dollar General you go into, it's like skinny meth heads.
It's the same here. Same here. Every Dollar General, every Family Dollar, guaranteed there's a meth head behind the counter.
Yes.
And they won't be there next week because they can't hold a job down. So,
yeah, I can't lie to you, man. When you get my age and you look at it today from your past, it just looks very, very different.
Katie, cheers.
Cheers, Kitty.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Katie.
I mean, we joke about it, but it is really sad, like how much meth has ruined so many areas of this country. It's just,
oh yeah. It really started big out in Oregon. That was like where it really caught fire, was out there, and then spread out south. And it's just, I mean, I think it's still pretty big in Oregon, like crystal meth is, but obviously it's more like people relate it more to the South than anywhere else in the country. But
yeah. I mean, this was years back. So, I mean, back when I was a teenager, my dad hired a guy who was an ex-meth head. He'd moved from California to get away from that whole scene. But, like, he was not just a meth head, but was also selling back in the day. So, like, he was apparently really big out in California, like 25 years back. So, yeah. Just moving its way across the country. Cheers, William Reynolds. Good to see you, man. Yeah, meth is something else, man. I don't understand why anybody would even want it. Like, if you know how it's made, like it's a lot of crazy stuff that you would never want to put in your body. But
yeah, man, obviously it's addictive as hell, obviously.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why would anybody want that, right?
No, so my dad go ahead, John.
No, you go ahead, Sean.
So my dad actually knew a guy that he was taking. So my dad was building up a Mustang for a while, he's since sold, but building up the engine and stuff. And so this guy was, he knew all about cars and stuff. And this guy had built up a drag car. So he got into drag racing, and not like on the road, but like official stuff. And some guy that he met there said, "Hey, if you take meth, it'll increase your reaction time so you can get off the line faster." And so he did it. And within like 6 months, he lost everything he had. His wife left him. He lost his business, lost all of his cars. It just like wrecked his life.
Yeah.
Because, he got addicted and it just took over his life. Yeah.
Yeah. You get it in your head where it's like, well, I'll just use this at work and, I'll knock out a bunch of stuff, but you don't realize that you'll want it during the weekends and when you get home and before you know it, you're just chasing after that monkey, man.
Yeah, the printing plant I work in, we've had people come in and you can tell they're running around 100 miles an hour. They show up like 5 minutes late and they're running around chewing ice cubes all day. And it's just like, they really can't focus on anything.
Right. Yeah.
It's very erratic.
Yep.
You might be sharp that first day, but then after that, your mind's just, scatterbrained.
You just have to believe based on the evidence of something, just in the general public, it's all over the place. Hell, it's on billboards, it's on the television, you see it everywhere. So, folks that get into that kind of position with it, that's not where they want to be. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. There was a guy I was watching yesterday on YouTube. They'll put the TV stations in LA will put the cop chases live on TV. And they pinned a guy in for like 3 hours, and I sat here and watched it. And they just let him be. I mean, they had him. He was up against one of those kind of like rivers that go through town. So there's a fence up there. He's not getting out. But he was just sitting there huffing on a tank of nitrous that he had in his truck. And they let him be for like 3 hours, and then they distracted him with a drone and shot a cannon of tear gas into his truck, and then they finally got him out. But
they were popping what are those little pellets? The little not the plastic pellets, but the ones that blow the eye mace stuff.
Were you watching that too?
Oh yeah.
He was huffing that balloon. He just kept pulling that nitrous tank out, and I'm like, holy crap, guys.
It looked like he was doing like a line off his hand, but he was just like hitting that tank and sucking. He was just sucking nitrous oxide while America just watched him, and the cops would come up to the window and like shoot a bunch.
They hid behind the Bearcat, and you look in the mirror like, where did they go?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm moving on to the Pikesville now.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
Did you crack that knob creek yet?
No, that's going to be the second and last one of the night because I'm going up in proof every time.
Okay.
So,
all right,
I'm gonna have a taste of this this bell here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that, man.
Is that an M&J pick?
It is.
Okay.
Have a little taste of that.
Wood's saying he lives in the that part of the county. I hear you, man. And also, his wife district manager at Dollar General, and they will hire anyone who can pass the background check. It seems that way.
Yeah,
the South may not rise again, but the North got shit on Texas.
You can come to the North and come to rural areas, and it will be like that, though.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing. I would say that, like, the part of the South that's still functioning isn't rising because no one cares about that. But if we ever got into a civil war again, I don't know how well the North would do because there's a lot of damn guns down here.
Yeah,
like it's a religion down here. So yeah, it'd be rough.
I live a block and a half from the high school here. And you can drive by, and not anymore, but a couple of years ago, you'd see some guy had a junky old flatbed truck, put a flagpole with the Confederate flag on it, and they're just sitting out in the parking lot all day long.
There you
I'm
go.
like, dude, this is Wisconsin. This isn't this.
Yeah, and those are not the kind of people that own all the guns. It's like all the people I know that have like armories are guys that you would never suspect of that. Like they're just quiet, normal country guys. Yeah.
Let's just put it this way: the people that are committing all those crimes don't have registered guns either. So
this is true.
Oh, yeah.
And generally, if you're on meth, you can't afford guns.
Or you traded it for meth.
Exactly.
Most of the guns are secondhand and under the table.
And so I guess I probably shouldn't keep saying this on live, but one thing I love about this part of the country is that I can literally go to my flea market and purchase a gun. The flea market is about 20 minutes away, and the whole transaction works like this. So you got a 9mm there. Yeah, it's $350. Okay, I'll take it. Hand him cash. All right, good. You got any ammo for that? Yeah, here's a box. It's $20. Okay, awesome. And you're done. That's the whole transaction.
Wow.
I tell you, America.
Yeah.
I still live in it. Some of you don't, but I live in America still. Oh, no. It's, I understand why people have an issue with that, but it's great to be here while it lasts. And the thing is like, I promise you, there's never going to be a mass shooting in this part of the country. You would have to be a damn fool. Like it's not happening around here. You're not doing that at our school. Nope.
Yeah.
That'll last all of 10 seconds.
Well, I would have said the same thing about Texas. I would have been like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna mess with Texas, and look what happened.
Right.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah. And I know it's so hard because, you got school districts and handgun laws around those school districts are crazy, but
yes.
But I'm sure more schools are either got resource officers, but yeah, I was surprised with the whole Texas scene. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories or anything like that, but that whole situation was odd. Like there was a lot of things that went wrong for it to get that bad. Like doors being left open and officers not necessarily doing their job. And it's a lot of question marks. Like, why did all these things happen? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, we should probably talk about whiskey, not guns. And
Yeah.
my bad. I'm getting us off into subjects that YouTube doesn't like.
Just when we were on finishing that subject, when the pandemic first started, and there were food and toilet paper shortages, and people were talking about the people in the city are going to go to the country where the food is. I'm like, no, you're not coming to where you're not going to take our food.
We're
You're not
coming
going
for
to
your
door.
cheese.
Somebody's going to greet you when.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of wonderful people around here. Just don't break in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good.
Yeah, they're great. They're great neighbors. They'll do anything they can for you. Just don't break in their house. It's the last day you'll have on this earth. I promise you.
Yeah, because it'll be both the husband and wife will be licking their chops, grabbing their night table nightside guns.
And in my case, the children as well. Literally, both sides of me. My neighbors have sons that they have taught to hunt, and they're efficient. Yeah, you got
like a little militia going on.
Yeah,
They take them to hunter safety when they were 12 or 13.
Yeah, so the 9-year-old over there, which is Shorty's son, took the largest deer taken last year in this county. Yeah, so that was pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a non-typical. I think total inches was like 178. He was a beast.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Adam's boy, he got a nice little 8-point last year. Yeah, so
Nice.
Need some good eating around the neighborhood.
yeah, man. We all share meat and stuff. I got bear and elk and all kinds of crap.
There you go. Wow.
Tell you, fried elk steaks with eggs in the morning.
Heck yeah, that's another thing
There you
that's great to smoke. Brine them first, like an elk roast, and then slow smoke it. Oh man, it's changed your life.
Nice.
I did that with a venison backstrap. I brined it and I cold smoked it. Made sandwiches out of it. Damn, was it good.
Yeah, I got to agree with Hanging AZ there.
Yeah, I mean, especially down in his neck of the woods, Arizona. Yeah, man, fentanyl is going nuts.
Coming in here like groves.
People find deadlier ways to get high every year.
I know. Man.
I'm so happy. I was like, I'm good with the whiskey. I got a couple of cigars. You know what? Life isn't bad.
Yep. Bye, sir. Good enough for me. I don't really. I got
beer, whiskey, cigars, and a smoker outside, and I'm good.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There you go. So Hoffer, who's an officer down in Mississippi, saying the Japanese invented methane. I don't know how to pronounce that, but
methamphetamine.
Yeah, that's the word. Thank you, John.
Yeah, those German soldiers were up for like 4 or 5 days at a time.
Yeah.
Getting stuff done. Yeah, I guess.
Trying to operate a tank, not sleeping for 4 days straight. Now that would be. I would pay to see that happen.
Yeah.
Freaking crazy Nazis, man.
I don't know about everybody else, but I'll tell you, a couple of nice pours and maybe a beer on a Sunday afternoon in the summer and cooking.
No, Greg, I agree with you.
You're cooking a brisket overnight. I don't know, man, but that just seems to do it for me. I don't need much else. That's just a ball.
I'm telling you, man, you got some meat smoking and a good glass of something. Yeah.
Smoking my bunch of friends over. I mean, it don't get any better than that, man. Good enough.
Just waiting for that meat to come out of the smoker.
Yeah.
Life's all about.
Hey, Michael Hoffer, I've got a meme on my phone and it said, the only great mystery in history is why the kamikaze pilots wore helmets.
Yeah, or the safety belt or anything, really. Well, what are we doing here? Very few gun crimes committed by the Amish. This is true. Yes. There's a lot of Amish and Mennonites around here.
I live around a lot of Amish here.
Yeah. Laws have nothing to do with people that do not respect laws. Indeed.
Yeah. Right up.
Yep.
Right up.
Well, Charles Whitman proved that wrong a long time ago. Wow. Out of reference, I don't know what we're talking about, Peter, because I'm a few minutes behind. Well, 9. Go ahead, Mark. You were saying?
No, I wasn't. I was saying that was not Lou. That's the truth. I mean, if you don't believe in the laws, don't care. Why would you respect them? And
Yep. That's well, I'm not gonna. I'll leave it alone. I was gonna get into political gun nonsense, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't do any good for the people that don't legally buy guns. So.
Yeah, I'm sure criminals are like, oh well, new gun laws on the books. I guess we can't get that gun I wanted.
Yeah.
Dang it! I missed out.
The same people are still going to get the gun.
I was going to go kill somebody, but now I can't do it because I can't get the gun I wanted.
Yeah.
Doggone it! Gotta have to respect those laws.
Yeah.
There's two sides to that coin, man. I mean, you just talked about it in your own neck of the woods. You know, you don't see that kind of stuff where you live because people got. I mean, there's two sides to that coin.
Yeah. I like. Was it a couple months ago down in Chicago, and some guy got carjacked on the freeway, and the guy that did the carjacking got a big surprise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy had a permit, pulled it out, and took care of that.
And now that guy's not jacking cars anymore, so problem solved.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see here. When I was 14, I owned 3 guns and live in Canada. Times changed. Well, yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
How many points? On the non-typical, I don't remember the points because non-typicals like they're weird because they're just like the racks are nonsense. But so they're not symmetrical or anything. It's a very strange looking rack, but I think somewhere around 16. But that doesn't really translate well because a lot of the points are small. So it was 178 overall measurement wise. So
I saw a dancer once that had a strange looking rack, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah, kind of like some total recall kind of stuff. Yeah, elk is amazing, man.
Yeah, elk is so good.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine if prepared right, you could pass elk off as beef to most people, and they wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, that's why I actually like bison more than beef.
Yeah,
it's got more of that flavor to it.
There you go. Get the kamikazes all methed up before the dive bomb. Go pills, yeah. I was never a pot smoker because I could not drink and smoke and had choice to just Q1 whiskey one. Yeah, exactly. Same for me, Peter. Actually, I'm with you. Same deal. So THC has never done much for me. I've tried it many ways, many varieties. Just never really did the right things for my brain, so I just drink. Yeah. But for those of you that do partake, good for you. If it's working for you, then that's great too. Whatever, man. Legalize it all. Let's see here. A beer and a good barbecue is a great time, right? Yeah, man.
Exactly right, man.
All I need is bourbon, good food, and friends. Yep.
Yeah,
man. The label on this bottle is killer. I mean, that is a killer label.
Oh yeah, kind of that old school barmaid look there. Yeah,
it's like just killer. And check this out. All the stuff on this. I mean, it's full. It's full.
Nice. Let me show you there, Mark, so you can see things. Let me take that comment down for a second. All right, so single barrel proof, non-chill filtered. I'm trying to read the dates there. Okay. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
The labeling and the transparency is killer.
Yeah.
And by God, is it good. I've only had one pour out of this. This is my second pour out of it. It's just now at the shoulder. It is really good. It's not. It's a good balanced rye. It's got some nice sweetness. That's what I like about Sagamore too. Right, I enjoy that same thing. It's got some nice sweetness.
Yeah.
And but it's subtle, but you let it sit on your tongue a little bit, man, it's really good.
Yeah.
So I just cracked this Knob Creek open, the cask right there, the Select. Man, beautiful nose on this.
Is that a 115?
Let's see here. Yes. Yeah, okay. 115. Yeah, it's not a pick, it's just the standard shelf. Those
are good. Those are really good though.
Yeah. I missed out. So when these first came into my local store, because our county just went wet two years ago, and so it took probably a total of 9 to 10 months before like stores actually came in and actually had bottles and all that stuff. But anyway, so when these first came in, there was a couple at the front of the pack that had the button on them, and I thought about grabbing them, and I thought, they'll be here because like this county is so small and like the population's so low, and like most people around here don't buy rye. I thought I had some time, and I went back a month later and they were gone. So, but that's okay.
Hey, badass.
Oh, yeah, I'm behind. Let me burn through some chat.
Okay.
So Charles Whitmore shot people at University of Texas. Okay, so that's putting it in context. Thank you, Mike. I have a buddy from Texas who has a good smoker, a good reason to drink beer for 12. Yeah, exactly. Like you need an excuse, but for sure.
Yeah.
Your friend calls and asks you when you will be ready to head out. You reply, as soon as I get my meat out of the smoker. He replies, give your wife my regards. Good stuff, Greg.
I love Greg. Hey, man, I love Greg McDonald. He's awesome.
That's awesome.
In Mississippi, your vehicle is considered an extension of your home, so no permit needed. That's right. Hell yes. We also have open carry. Yeah, us too. Yeah, so, I know all you Texans think you're the freest country in the United States, but you're not. It's Kentucky. So we actually beat you guys to, what is it, constitutional carry, which we've had for 4 years now. We beat you guys by a whole year and a half. Yeah, so we're as free as we can be here.
Indiana just passed it. Now it's been about a year and a half. Indiana's passed it.
All right. I know I really should get off the gun topic. I get pretty.
I'm not getting in the topic, just feeding in the conversation.
Yeah, I know. I just I'm the one that brought it up. It's my fault that we even got here. So
it's all right.
There are a ton of dope heads in my area, but they only steal from each. Yeah, exactly. Because they know everybody else will put them down. Exactly. That's yeah. Hey, Bobby, what's up, man? Cheers, all. Just say, hey, guys, I'm out at a whiskey bar with my, I'm sure that meant bad ex-wife.
Yeah, actually, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Just had a pour of Red Best 27.
Ooh.
Nice. Delicious. Nice. Yeah, man.
That's delicious.
Well, I have a great time with Alyssa. Am I saying that right? Yeah, I feel like that's right. Anyway, yeah. Tell the wife, hey, for us, and you guys have a great time. Man, Redbreast 27, that's a killer pour.
Good stuff.
I've only had 2 samples, never owned a bottle. Someday maybe.
Someday.
I've had a couple samples. Yeah, it was good.
Did the rack defy gravity? It was ravishing.
It depends how old she is.
Oh, man. Oklahoma said a big no to legalized weed. Yeah, well, it's hard times.
I live in a state that's surrounded by legal states, and there's no chance of it passing.
So that's another thing I could get very passionate about, and we could go on a tangent. What pharmaceutical companies are allowed to sell to us, but yet marijuana is not legal. It just baffles my mind.
Because we won't need their products.
Exactly. Yeah, you can take fentanyl and oxy. That's fine. Just don't ever smoke marijuana. That'll kill you.
Hey, they won't give us any profits. So.
It's the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, that's right. But take these oxys. You'll be dead in a year. But don't you smoke marijuana.
Hey, Chef.
That leads to the devil. That's the devil there.
Yeah.
Freaking stupid ass laws. Anyway. I swear to God. I like it when the labels have a ton of it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Especially if they're sourcing it.
Yes, woo to hanging. Let's see here. Knob Creek makes a great rye. I cleaned out some old 2018. Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Any buttons in that mix there, Peter White? I still regret not buying the button bottles just for collection's sake. Which worse, I never claimed Texas was the freest, just the best. Well, to be the best, you have to be the freest, Luke. That's how it works. What's up, shits? How we doing, Adam?
Hey, Adam.
If you don't have your samples yet, they should be there tomorrow. They're certainly on the way. Only 27.
Cheers.
Yeah. Texas actually has very strict laws compared to many. Yeah. Your liquor laws down there in Texas are insanity.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's like no liquor on Saturday except for between the hours of 1 and 3 on a full moon only, or something like that.
They have a thing where, like with Iron Root, where you can buy 2 bottles from a distillery every 30 days. But apparently they have a liquor store across the parking lot that you can go and buy as much as you want.
Yeah, so the law here is that you can't have spirits inside of the store itself. But having a liquor store attached to the store is fine. So that's what everybody does. So you just walk in a different door and then it's fine.
Well, because like Frankfurt Liquors, Frankfurt Avenue in Louisville, it's a liquor store, but we were having different pours right there. I mean, the liquor store, we were in the liquor store drinking at a bar. Now I think they had certain cocktails that they were making, but I mean, we were only sticking with whiskey. And so I thought that was weird because I've never done something like that where it's like I was having the pour at the bar. And then I sat down my glass and I walked 5 feet over and I was just doing some bottle shopping.
Yeah. So supposedly my local Kroger, they've kind of changed things around, and the lady behind the counter that I always talk with, because she's like the only one there that knows anything about whiskey, said that they're potentially going to open up a little bar there at the Kroger so that way people can taste stuff that they sell, which will be awesome. Just more reason for me to hang out there.
Yeah.
Because, they already have the best prices on bottles. So, yeah.
That, you get a salad right from their salad bar in the bigger store. So there you go, man. It's like a camp out.
Yeah.
Also, they have freaking killer egg rolls that they make fresh every day. And my wife loves the sushi that they make there fresh every day.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of their stuff on their deli is fantastic. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, have found over the years some great private barrel Elijah Craig's at Kroger.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Really?
so my blackened cast strength pick is a Kroger pick, and like everybody crapped on the normal blackened, and I get that because it wasn't great. But this cast strength pick's not too bad. It was like $60. Can't really complain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I've never been able to go to Kroger's in time when those might drop. And I was saying on somebody else's stream last month, something I noticed, I stopped by Kroger, which I'm known to do because sometimes those bottles are there and they've been sitting there for, ever, and nobody buys them, but they're really good. So I went by just to check, and I found a Kroger label on a bourbon, but it was made in California. I didn't buy one, but it was a Kroger label, which I thought was a little unique. I hadn't seen one of those before. Their own label.
Yeah. Yeah. My local Kroger, they actually do quite a few picks. Right now, they currently, I keep going back and forth as to whether or not to buy it, but they have a Rittenhouse Rye pick. It's a little, I feel like it's a little high, though. It's like 45, which... that's why I haven't bought it yet, because like the standard Rittenhouse is like 17, so it's almost 3 times the price for a pick. I can't imagine it's not cast strength; it's just the standard proof point, the 100 proof. So, but still interesting that it's even there. Fancy Kroger, yeah, we do. We have a pretty fancy Kroger, I have to say.
Was that the grocery store that had the really terrible Old Forester pick?
Yes. Yeah, it's this guy here. But although I've heard that a lot of people have had similar experiences with their cast strength picks, so it's just some Old Forester just drink hot as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if that's a thing you're into, if you just want lava, then I guess this is pretty cool. I like some tasting notes as well, but Yeah, this is just like, I mean, this is by far the hottest bourbon I've ever had. It's hotter than freaking Shane's hazmat rye pick that he did. It's ridiculous hot. And it's only what is it, 130.7, so it's not like crazy high.
Right.
Yeah, those old Forsters, and they're coming in hot. I can tell you that.
It just dawned on me that I hadn't thought about it. I jumped right on the stream and grabbed his hat, and I'm sitting here in what is my relaxed clothes. So here I am in this goofy hat. I've got one of these psychedelic shirts on with a pit bull on the front of it. I'm thinking to myself, I'm glad nobody can see me.
You look like the kind of person that might partake, Mark. Lou would be proud.
I look ridiculous, man. But listen,
Hey,
I'm having a ball. That's what's all matters.
that's all that matters,
Yeah,
man. I don't care how you dress. As long as you have a good time.
Yep.
As long as my only rule is that you do have clothes on. That's the only rule that we have here at Whiskey Wars. Otherwise, you can do whatever the hell you want.
That pit bull on my chest is, pajamas, man. That's what it is.
Well, yeah. So your ensemble says I'm tough, but I'm also very friendly at the same time.
Yeah, see, well, my outfit, I've got the camo going on, so it looks like I'm doing some hunting or I'm going out to the woods. I've got the Carhartt,
yeah, that's a good look, though.
but then I'm rocking Adidas shorts. So
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
I gotta stay comfortable. So I don't have like, big Carhartt, jeans on and like boots and stuff. I like to be
I really thought that I said, well, I'm going to jump on Sean's stream at 9, and maybe there'll be some folks on there and make fun of me and my hat, and that could be a good time.
Hey, and Mark, thank you again, man, for hopping on the Patreon, joining up there with the crew. Appreciate you so much, man, and all you Patreons. The support means a ton to me. So thank you guys. You guys.
Yeah, Mark just wears that hat when he goes out to get the paper in the morning.
The official paper getting hat. Yeah, and Paul, your ensemble says you're like the hunter that's also ready to get into some b-ball should the opportunity arise.
Yeah.
If you're going through the woods and the court shows, I'm like, hey guys, let's get it. Let's start balling.
It's more of relax on the couch and eat a bag of Funyuns clothes.
There you go. That's a good time too.
Yeah, I do the same. I'm sitting here in a pair of basketball shorts right now.
Yeah, you'd think I'd play a crap ton of sports with the amount of sports shorts that I wear throughout the year, but my physical activities are very limited by choice, not because I can't do it.
There you go.
I've got that freedom to not make that choice. So.
It's a funny thing.
Right, freedom.
For the biggest part of my life, probably better part of 40 years, 35 years anyway, I had to wear a suit day, right? So I tell you, as soon as I'd get home or coming off the road, I was like the grungiest dude you've ever seen. The further I could get the shirt off me, the better I like it. So it was funny. I enjoy this way I'm comfortable.
I thought Mark always wore that hat. There you go.
Get out. Can't stand it.
No free balling on Whiskey Wars. Leave Mark alone. It's Dress Up Friday at the old folks' home. Oh, come on, Greg. Cheers, Mark.
Listen, I thought it, but I didn't get that far, Sean. I just don't know what I can get away with here.
Yeah, there has been times I was basically just I've worn basketball shorts. Like it was dress up top, but then basketball shorts down below. Yeah, I mean my ensemble doesn't make any damn sense either. I'm wearing a cowboy hat, a button-up shirt, and then I got my Dickies hoodie on, and then I got jeans on.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know where I'm going.
I think you're going in there for a while.
You're going to the Electric Cowboy.
As long as you're comfortable.
Nothing more than ladies just getting my paper. Oh, for sure. Mullet style. There you go. Yeah. This Knob Creek Rye is pretty decent. I don't think it's my favorite of the night though. I think the Pikesville is better, and I think the Still Austin is better. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when we go through all the blinds. I'll be curious to see how this does.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to have a taste of Dan's here in a minute. That's next on my list. That Hughes Bell Bedford is awfully good. Hughes Brothers, awfully good.
Okay, so guys, we'll go around the horn here. I've kind of been showing off my recent bottle pickups. What's everybody picked up recently that they're excited about? John, if you want to kick us off there.
I haven't bought too much lately. I actually put myself on a pause the last couple months.
Okay.
I've been doing bottle kills instead of buying bottles.
That probably makes more sense.
I have way too many, so I killed a few the other night on 21090 and just trying to make some room right now.
Been there.
Yeah, I probably should do that. I never kill bottles because I'm obsessive about having things around and available. So I always get them down halfway and I just stop drinking them and I just make myself buy more stuff.
Yeah, I've got boxes here that are like that. I'm like, okay, it's time to get rid of them.
But I probably need to stop doing that. Paul, what you picked up recently, man?
Well, this King's Ryconic, I picked this up this past week, and an Old Forester barrel strength rye. I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like 131 proof. So
I've heard great things about that bottle.
I'm looking forward to getting into it in the next couple of weeks. So
yeah, maybe that's the bottle that Sure Kitty was referring to earlier when he said Old Forester. Unfortunately, the cheapest I've ever seen one was 300. So
I paid 95 for mine.
I would gladly do that.
95 plus tax. It was part of the point system. Like I had to spend 700 points, but it was worth it considering their point system's kind of screwy. You know, I think it's like 600 for like a point for like a Blanton's or something, or 500 or something like that. So when I see something like that for low, it's like, man, I got to pull the trigger. And I've got a regular single barrel proof downstairs. But I've never tried the rye, so definitely looking forward to getting into that. So
yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait to hear about it. Yeah, I don't think that one's going to be making in the bracket. I have a feeling.
Yeah, rare breed rye.
That one will, though. Yeah, I imagine that one will do pretty well.
That's good stuff.
That was one of those that was a little tight and not really sure what to think of the first few pours out of that till I got air into it.
Yeah. Yeah,
once it opened up, it was like, okay, holy shit.
Yeah, once it gets down into like the shoulder area and you give it a couple weeks, that bottle's a monster.
Yeah, it was a little complex and really didn't know what to make of it when I first opened it.
Yeah, I thought that I was just okay with it, and then I did a blind with that. What was it, 3-4 months ago? Did a rye night. And it came in second only to, I think, this guy. I think this is the only bottle that beat it, the malted rye.
Nice.
Yeah. So, that rare breed.
Was that the bottle that you shared with Ben and I? Was that the malted rye? Or there was a new riff that you shared with us?
Yeah, that would have been it then, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Ethan and Katie Turk. Late last month, they hand delivered to me a bottle of Old Kirk. I've been looking for that forever to have a bottle. Man, is it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thanks to the man right below me here, I got mine that I almost broke. That was a scary moment. Yeah, but thankfully didn't. Yeah, and thank you again, Paul, man. That bottle is awesome.
I was glad that there was enough for you to take home and enjoy it. So, and that same single barrel I think Shane had just sent a bottle, hand delivered a bottle to Richie Z. Prescription Bourbon's got one. Bourbon's got one. You've got one. Cheech has got one now. So there's a lot of people in the Whiskey Tube community that has that specific single barrel of Old Kirk. Because it's still on the shelves here around town. I just seen it tonight at the liquor store. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just I don't know if it's just been lately that here in Cleveland, Tennessee, they've been getting hit with a bunch of Old Kirk, but
Mhm.
that specific single barrel that you got, Sean, that's seems like and Independent Joe's got one too. So there's a shit
So
ton
that
of people.
same single barrel is still available. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think the same
Oh, okay.
single barrel. Yeah, in fact, I know this one's different because I think it's like 126 proof, and the one that you got's like 127. So
Okay.
Okay.
I was curious because I thought to myself, I could kind of take a detour down to Gatlinburg.
well, there's plenty of good bottles down here, so you can always still do that. So
Yeah, Paul, when we do a sample swap, let me know if that's still available. That's one I'd love to try.
yeah, I've got it downstairs, so I've got a half a
Okay.
bottle. So that, yeah, it's.
Well, I mean, if they still have the Old Kirk on the shelf down there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to send you out a sample of it?
Sure, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one we're not going to see up here. So
Okay.
Yeah. Come here either.
Paul, what's the price on those typically? Your area?
Like 150.
Yeah.
That's not terrible. I mean, it did make my whiskey of the year list. So
yeah,
it's pretty dang good.
It's it's supposed to be Willet Purple Top, so I paid $300 for the 9-year Purple Top. So for 6-year for $150, it's not bad. It's
It's a celebration pour for sure.
Yeah.
I had a couple of Purple Tops at a bottle share a couple of years ago, and they were so good.
Yeah. I've got a couple of Purple Tops downstairs. I just opened up another one. It's like 133 or 32 or something like that. But I had a 129. That's pretty good too. So
cool, man. Mark, what have been your recent pickups that you're excited
Well,
about?
a bottle of Old Kirk, and then that was really special for me. I've got a couple of Mash and Journey picks. This Hughes Brothers Bella the Bedford picked that up. And obviously, I got a bottle of I was talking about earlier. I picked up a bottle of Barrel Strength Four Roses. I'm a big fan of those, man. If I find them, I buy them.
nice.
This was a V. The other one I have is a K or a Q. The V is really good. And
So
so
was it OESB or?
oh yeah,
Okay.
OBSV.
Okay.
So I had a taste of it last night. Just cracked it, and it was really good. So, but that's about recent.
Yeah, man. And speaking of, shout out to Jason for going through all 10 recipes on Wednesday. That was awesome.
Yeah, wasn't that
Impressive.
And kind of get help because I'm terrible at remembering which one I like, so I'm just going to use that video as a reference now.
I said this.
Yeah.
Because I can never remember which recipe I like, and because generally me and Jason's palates are fairly similar. So usually if Jason likes something, I usually do too. That's why I followed him for all these years. I mean, he was one of the first guys I really latched onto because I found that, we had very similar palates. So that was really helpful because I never remember which recipe I like. So yeah.
The same thing when I watched it, and same thing for me. I think it was 3 years ago, maybe just shy of 3 years ago, that I really started getting into bourbon, and I followed Jason, and our palates are similar. Same.
Yeah, both Jason. Well, I knew Scott first because he's from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, him and Jason, I will see what their reviews are for a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy both of them for sure.
I just remember I got my bottle of Small Batch Select, and Jason nearly went insane over that bottle.
I love mine too. I
that one's so good.
Yeah.
And for like a $50-$60 104 proofer, that
It's delicious.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I mean, here I probably got that's one of my passions before bourbon was cigars. And behind me here, this humidor's probably got about maybe 250, 300, and there's another one down here on the floor. It's got about 300 in it. So I mean, I'm not short of cigars. I have a lot of cigars, but I like to age them and pair them with the bourbon. It's a real challenge to find a pairing. It's hard to do and it's fun to do. But there's a particular cigar, Arturo Fuente, that is all color coded, and he's got like 75 different types of Arturo Fuente, somewhat like Four Roses, and trying to figure out which one of those that you like, green, yellow, blue, brown. It's hard to do. I wish somebody would do that for Arturo Fuente, what Jason did for Four Roses.
Hey, Commandante Lou, Tom Waits is big in Japan too.
There you go. Tom Waits, man, he's got a few songs I really enjoy listening to.
You ever hear Big in Japan?
No.
Yeah, he's got one called I'm Big in Japan. As I was looking at Commandante Lou's comment.
No, what is it Jesus gonna be here? No. I feel like that's not the Sean James covered it, and that's how I found out about the song. And I learned it was originally a Tom Waits song. Anyway, sidetracking.
The guy with the sandpaper voice.
Yeah, man, his voice is fantastic.
Sean turned me on to Sean James. I've been following some of his stuff. Man, what he did with War was nothing less than tremendous.
Dude, yeah, oh man, like all of his covers are brilliant. Like he makes them his own. Like his cover of damn it, the whiskey is working pretty strong right now. Bill Withers song. Damn, why can I not?
Sunshine.
No,
he did a great job with that one too. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Yeah. Okay, yes, that's
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been following him around some. I'll be driving along, might pop him on the YouTube and listen to him for a while.
But I mean, my favorite cover by him though is Iron Maiden's "Number of the Beast." Like his version of that is just brilliant. I mean, because like he just his voice is just so.
Oh man!
Like, it just commands attention.
It does. The inflection, that way he's able to turn it up and down when he needs to, like that on time. It's awesome.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Hey, gang, I got to jump off. I'm going to grab some dinner. I'll probably jump on Joe's a little bit later, but
I plan to be over there as well. Yeah,
okay,
I told
Paul.
Joe to hop over. So
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Good seeing you, man.
Yeah.
So Paul, actually, before you head out, I want to announce this while you're here because I'm hoping that you can make it up. So Ben is going to be in Kentucky. We're trying to figure out where we're going to meet up exactly, but it's either going to be Louisville or Bardstown. It'll be April 22nd.
okay.
Is the day. It's a Saturday. Now, and we're just kind of trying to find like what the level of interest is, and then if there's a lot, then we'll try and kind of book a venue or of some sort so we can all meet up and hang out. So April 22nd, that's the week that Ben will be here, so he'll be here for sure. The Turks said they might be able to make it as well. I know you're kind of close, so I was hoping maybe you could make it, and whoever else is interested. Or I mean, really, everybody's invited. So I just want to kind of see what the level of interest is. And then if we get a lot of people, then we'll figure out something for a venue where we can all hang out and bring bottles and share and just have a good time, man. So
well, definitely keep me informed because, like I said, I'll definitely, if anything, run up for the day and if I could bring my wife, that would be awesome because then I could drink more and have her drive back home. So
yes, that's the plan on my part.
Yes.
So it'll definitely be Saturday, and it'll probably be Bardstown. So far we got a lot of maybes. So Ben and me are for sure. Oh, here's Joe. What's up, Joe?
What's up, brothers?
Hey, Joe.
How you doing tonight?
Good, man.
Wonderful. How are you doing?
Damn,
So-
I knew I was forgetting something. Left my
So-
lens downstairs.
Dude, that shirt's awesome.
Oh, no glassware. That's no good.
Yeah.
Dude, that shirt is so cool.
But real quick, Paul, because I know you got to hop off. So me and Ben are for sure. Stacy's a maybe. The Turks are a maybe, but fairly certain. And then maybe you as well. So so far we got a fairly good group. David DMC said he'll probably be able to make it as well.
Nice.
And then Dustin said he's going to try and make it. Top shelf. So we got a few so far, but we're trying to gather as many as we can. Do a nice little meetup there. So
my big thing, my last thing is going to Savannah with family at the beginning of April. So after that, I'll be pretty much freed up. So and it only being like a day on a Saturday, I'm fairly confident that I'll be able to make it up for that. So
okay, cool, man, awesome, that'd be great. All right, man. Well, y'all, I'll get you more details, and I'm probably going to do what Lil did and start like a Facebook group for it. But anyway, I'll let you go, man, and I'll get you more information.
all righty, gentlemen.
Maybe I'll see you later on, Paul.
I'll see you in a little bit, man.
Yeah, cheers,
Cheers,
brother.
brother.
Appreciate you.
And Joe hopping on is reminding me that I need to get my giveaway done so I can hop over to your channel, man. You guys talk shop, you guys talk whiskey, talk about whatever you're drinking, and let me get this wheel together so we can get one of you Patreon some rye whiskey.
Hey, Joe, is that shirt on Grunt Style?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Nice.
I used to be the member thing where they send you a shirt every month, but
Okay.
those shirts I hardly ever wear, so I felt like I was spending more than I bought, or wanted to get. So
I've got this one, and then I've got the one that's got the Czech liver light on it.
oh, that's a good one. Yeah, they also have a bourbon helps too. I need to get that
Nice.
one. But
Appreciate that, Mike Hoffman.
but it's like what is it? I think I have maybe 60 of their shirts, 50 or 60
Oh,
of their
wow.
shirts.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I think I'm good on their shirts, but then they come out with something that's catchy, like bourbon helps. I mean, so catchy,
Yeah.
It does help.
Peter White, what's up, man?
Cheers to you.
I like this comment from Shits here. My humor said the humidity I want. Time to start filling it up. Yeah. Perfect humidity, just no cigars. I need to try Balcones. I think I would like. Yeah, man, Balcones is great stuff.
Yep.
You certainly need to start with this guy right here. Get yourself a cast strength single malt pick. That's a beautiful pour. And if you can find a one that's finished in Hungarian oak, because Fancy sent me that, and it's ridiculous good.
Hey, Mark, is your humidor got like electric setting then, or?
Yeah, it's electric and temperature controlled at 64 degrees.
Okay.
Okay.
I was given a few cigars, but I've got like a wooden humidor, and you're supposed to refill the one little thing for it. And I'm like, it's such a pain to try to keep track of.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, if you just wipe down the inside with distilled water, that'll last you about 6 months.
Okay.
As long as you got distilled water in a cup or something, just wipe down the inside of the cedar with distilled water. That will absorb it and it'll serve your cigar as well.
Okay, thanks.
We'll probably end up doing Bardstown, Lou. That's probably where we're going to be, but we haven't decided for sure. Nothing like a free chauffeur. Yeah, for sure. Bring a designated driver as long as she doesn't yell at you. Oh, she's going to yell at me, but I will be too drunk to care. I will be so wasted that none of it will matter. What's the rough time? Yeah, so it'll be April 22nd. Ben's going to stay an extra day over, it looks like, just to make this happen. At least that's what we've talked about. So April 22nd is the day, a Saturday, and probably Bardstown. And like I said, if we get enough interest, which it looks like we will, then we'll probably try and book some kind of some spot where we can hang out and bring some bottles and share and hang out and get shitty. So yeah.
He's got to visit in Indianapolis before he goes to Louisville. So he and I are going to meet in Indianapolis. That's not far from my place.
Nice.
I think he's here a couple of days before he goes to Louisville. So it'd be good to see Ben.
Yeah, for sure, man.
We'll have a pour together. It'd be fun.
Also, by the time Ben gets here, he's going to have like a case and a half of whiskey for me.
Oh, I'm sure.
I just keep sending him money for bottles he finds. And we're already at a case. Well, we're at over a case. He already has 7 bottles for me. And it just keeps. By April, it might be 3 cases. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a lot of gas money because it's going to weigh down his car a little. Let's see here. That's a big uniform allowance, Joe. Yeah. Anyway, let me get to making this wheel. As I choke on my own spit or whatever the heck is happening. Anyway, yeah, you guys talk about what you're drinking so I can, yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
The plan for tonight, bud?
Just hanging out. People are gonna, hopefully come and try to win a bottle by their funniest jokes. And,
we have jokes.
I mean, it's all dependent on the crowd. One person tells a joke, and you got 10 judges on screen, and there's only one person. I guess that person wins a bottle.
Well, there's a bottle of brain candy sitting there too.
Yeah, that's there might be a guest on the a guest judge on there that I don't want to say is the owner of this company here, but
Gene's gonna be on it.
Might be.
Yeah, I've got that brain candy, and then I've got a NASA, but it's the ADHD pick yet.
Okay.
That I've kind of hid away.
I just realized I did not promote this at all. I didn't throw the banner up. This is the banner I was supposed to put up. Where is it? That should have been running for 2 hours. Anyway, Patreons, it's not too late yet. If you want extra entries for the samples, you can. You don't have to, obviously. Your entries are based on your tier and Patreon, all that stuff. You don't have to do that. Either way, you're in based on your tier level. But if you want extra, there's the thing. You guys know the deal. We do this every month. But yeah, I probably should have said something, 2 hours ago. But nonetheless, either way, you got the entries you have, or regardless. So yeah, let me get this wheel together here. Brian F. Joe, what do you drink? Well, I guess nothing, right? Because
Yeah, nothing right now. I better go get all my stuff that I'm supposed to before I'm late. I apologize, but I appreciate you letting me on. And cheers, everybody.
Yeah, Joe, we'll pop over there in a little bit.
Okay. See you in a bit.
Hang out with you.
Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Cheers, Joe.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah. Sorry, Patreons. I didn't say the things. I just been talking about whiskey and guns and freedom. So
you're drinking rye. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, either way, one of you Patreons is going to get all 6 of these ryes in front of me. I got to say, there are certainly some standouts. I don't want to give too much away since you guys are going to be voting on what you think I'm going to pick as the winner. But there's some that I don't think are going to fare real well in the bracket, although they could open up and get better, but just crack them all tonight. But just based on tonight, there's certainly some standouts.
I think I can pick one, but
yeah, so also Patreons, if you don't mind, if you have a great bracket for these kinds of things, the problem with most brackets is it's 2 and 2 and 2, and I need something that allows for 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. That's the issue I have with most bracket makers is they usually break it into 2s, and that doesn't work for what I'm trying to do. So if you guys know of one, because the last time no one really understood, although I thought I explained it, but I guess I didn't. No one really understood my bracket layout. So hopefully we get it. I can get a little more organized this time so everybody understands how the brackets are going to work. But so it'll be basically the same as last time. So it's going to be brackets of four whiskeys in each bracket, and then 2 from each bracket will move on. So, you got 8 on either side if we have 16 total, which is what I'm planning on. And then,
so you don't have 1 coming out of those 4. You have 2.
Right, because I need 4 total to move on to the next, so I have 4 for the next blind, So
right.
The 2 from this and then 2 from this will move on to make 4, and then 2 from these 2 will move on to make the final 4, and then obviously in the final 4 we're just picking 1 as a winner, but so that's going to be how it works. But yeah, I'm still gathering bottles, and you guys had some great suggestions tonight. So those will probably round out what will become this bracket. So anyway, John, you and Mark entertain the folks while I get this wheel together here.
Sure.
And what's everybody have in glass? What are we drinking, people in chat?
Yeah, John could probably see the chat. Is he on his phone or his tablet?
I'm streaming from my phone, but I've got the chat. I've got the YouTube app on my TV through the Roku. So I'm just watching the chat scroll on my TV. So I'm watching here and then watching there.
But I'm going to invest in the tablet, so I'll be able to see more of that.
I'm still on my rare breed rack here.
I have I moved over to touch of Dusty Dan's rye.
Nice.
And I've heard good stuff about that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yet to be disappointed by anything on a Sagamore.
Yeah, I could about drink anything Sagamore.
Yeah,
it's true.
They were talking about they're doing a meetup there. What is it, Jason or?
Yeah, late August.
They're doing one later this year.
Yeah, Jason's he moved his from Mother's Day. Mother's Day didn't work too well, so they moved it to August. Last week, August at Sagamore.
Oh, that'd be close to Labor Day. That might work really well, actually.
Yeah.
So I'd love to go out there and visit that farm and.
Yeah. It looks to be it looks to be an all-out event, man. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of attendance, and there'll be a lot of things. The way he described it on his channel, a lot of things that they're doing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. My favorite of that Sagamore rye, there's so many. I mean, the sherry finish is great, but I like their cast strength. That cast strength, and the double oaked. Those 3 are probably my favorite.
Yeah, I killed the 3 Sagamigos pick on Tuesday night.
I never had that, and
that one was so good. Wow. And then, like Sean, I have got about that much left in my port finish, and I think that kills Midwinter Night, especially at the price point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. When you take price into account, it's not even close.
When Midwinter Nights is twice what it used to be.
Yeah,
and you can still get Sagamore for $75.
Yeah,
I'll buy Sagamore all day.
A lot of grumbling about that price increase too on Whiskey Tube. A lot of grumbling about it. People are grumbling about that. It's good.
Yeah, I mean the last one I've got X7 Scene 1 that's got about that much left in it, and I paid about $70 for it, and that was a local store here. They even had a floor display of it that year, and then everybody talked about it. And the next year, they had gotten 6 cases. The year before, the next year they got 6 bottles.
Yeah, there you go.
And it just disappeared around here.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're kind of getting to the point where they're pricing themselves out of the market. Like it's a fine pour, but when you get into that price, to me, that's the kind of price point where you're talking about elite whiskeys. I mean, like things that should be truly exceptional. And I don't know if Midwinter Nights is quite that. It's great. I just don't know if it's that price point great.
So either of you had Limousine Rye at all?
No.
Never had it. Heard of it, never had it.
So this is Dancing Goat. It's MGP that it was in used barrels, and then it goes to Dancing Goat, and they run it through a Solaris system. So it's 4x4 barrels, and it works its way down, and then they batch one, then they refill them again. I was at their distillery for a bottle share a couple of years ago, and they were finished some in red port, and they pulled samples straight from the barrel.
Mm.
And that literally would blow anything away from Midwinter Nights.
Wow.
They've done stuff in rye and white port now too.
Yeah, I often wondered to pull one of the channel's chats on how to like a group of 40 or 50 people in chat, kind of pull them to find out what percentage of rye is actually consumed versus what's consumed in bourbon. I remember some time back that rye was certainly not as popular, but I think the popularity, since some of these that like you're talking about in Sagamore, I think that popularity. So just often thought to do that once.
Yeah, it's certainly growing. I guess it's the second fastest whiskey category growing in the States behind Irish right now. Something like that is.
Yeah,
Like that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think rye's really taken off the last couple of years.
I think it helps for rye that it reaches age at a much younger age too.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially being able to make cocktails.
Yep.
I think that's a big part of it.
It is.
Yeah, because it can punch through, whereas some bourbons can't. So yeah, that's helpful to it.
I agree. And I think some of that's where that popularity falls right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Commandante Lou, I've got a Balcones cast strength rye pick here. And it's Texas Funk, but then it's just Hershey's cocoa powder. It's such a great bottle. I think mine's like 128 proof.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put that that old Scout I was talking about. I'd put that to a Snickers bar. It's just like a Snickers bar.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Hearing your tasting notes there, John. Dang it, this cold still isn't quite 100% away. But anyway, remind me of what we were talking about earlier. That's another thing. On top of Jason having a palate that's similar to me, Jason is very good at describing whiskey in a way that makes sense to me. Because some folks, they get into tasting notes that, although sound really great on YouTube because they're very fancy and they're, that doesn't necessarily make sense to my brain. Like, okay, well, are you really getting a creme fraiche on, So, like, sometimes I think we get a little too fancy with our tasting notes. Some whiskey tubers, like, just stick with things that people are actually eating.
Yeah.
And Jason has never gotten super pretentious with his tasting notes, so I really appreciate that.
It's the same thing with a cigar. It's not really the dominance of the flavor as much as it is what does it remind you of.
Yeah.
And Jason seems to pull off that to certain notes where he's reminded of certain things he's had. And I do the same thing with a cigar. A little harder to do for me with whiskey because it's
just look at the color on that. How dark that is.
Yeah, man.
And that's one where you know what the Texas Funk tastes like. And then on the finish, all of a sudden it tastes like Hershey's cocoa powder.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I'll send you a sample of that, Sean.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I do not like the 100 proof rye, but the cast strength rye is just awesome.
Yeah, so that's one of the bottles that is in that case plus that Ben has for me.
Oh, you got a cast strength pick?
Yeah.
Awesome.
What time does Joe go on, guys?
He's probably on right now. I'm just finished. As soon as we do the spin on the wheel, we'll probably close out and head over there.
Yeah, okay. Great.
I just hope for your sake, Sean, that Mark can find another peated cast strength.
dude. I'm telling you, yeah.
If he doesn't, I'll bring that bottle to Kentucky at some time and we'll just kill it.
I'm totally down with that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, in some ways, maybe it's better I don't have it because like that thing will probably win whiskey of the year if I ever get one.
Yeah.
Because I love everything about that bottle. It's like for me, it's the perfect peat. It's the perfect. First off, I already love Balcones cast strength single malt anyway.
Yeah.
But then when you add peat to it, that extra complexity with those great notes that it already has going on, it's just like the perfect blend of flavors.
Oh yeah, there's a brewery here that used to do a Scotch ale, and they smoke their malt with cherry wood, and I get that cherry wood smoke in the flavor, and it's just like, holy crap, this stuff is so good. And I used to use that Scotch ale. I'd pour a pint of it, and then I'd put a little bit of Lafroig in the bottom of it to make it peaty.
There, see, I've been doing that for years as well, John. Like I like to just dump a little Ardbeg in the bottom of my glass and kind of move it around just to kind of coat the glass, and then I'll pour like a cast strength bourbon over top of it, and I love that combination. Like especially like a good kind of really dark noted Elijah Craig with a little bit of peat in it. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, Commandante Lou. That's Central Waters Brewery from Wisconsin.
All right, I am putting in what I believe is the last name now, double checking. You know what? I'll throw this person in as well, just because they've been here for a while, even though they don't technically qualify. But I'll throw in one entry. All right, just double checking here. Yeah, let's bring up the wheel here and let's get somebody some whiskey. All right, let's share. There we go.
Central Waters, their stuff is so good. I live about an hour from there.
And Patreons, as always. Actually, you know what? Let me double check my phone, just in case somebody did put any extra entries in. I actually haven't done that yet. I don't think anybody did because I announced it way late. But let me just double check because I don't want to cheat somebody out of entries. I think we're okay. Let me check my PayPal here. And then we will spin the wheel because I don't want to take somebody's money and not give you guys what you paid for. So, yeah, okay, we're good. All right, good. All right. So here we go. Hopefully you guys are excited about these Ryes. And whoever wins, if you happen to have some of these Ryes, then I'll get you something that you don't have because I'm not going to send you stuff that you already have. So, so if you have some of what I have on the table tonight, I'll get you some other rye or whatever you want that you don't have. So, Anyway, let me shuffle this thing up here. And again, thank you, Patreons. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all of you. And good luck. Cheers.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
No, it's Mark Amenecker's in chat.
And it is Christina K, which is Whiskey RN's mom.
Wow.
So I'll have to get a hold of either Sierra or because I have no way to get a hold of her mom. Well, I guess I could get a hold of her through Patreon. I imagine she'll probably just send them her daughter's way. But anyway, congrats, Christina. And thank you for being a Patreon. And thank you all you guys. Good stuff. Yeah. So I guess because especially since my glass is empty and I need to go check the plumbing, I guess we'll close down here. You guys go hop on over to Joe's. That's where I'll be next.
Okay. Over there.
And thank you everybody for the support tonight. Actually, you know what? I realize I have 35 comments. Let me just burn through a few comments here before we close down. I don't want to.
I'll see you guys over there then.
Yeah.
All right, John. Yeah, we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, see you over there.
Let's see here. Tat shirt reminds me of the shirt I wore. Okay, right. So that was Joe's shirt. I tried to get there. Need a vacation anyway. Yeah. Hey, Lou, that'd be awesome, man. If you can show up, that'd be a great time, man. We didn't really get to drink together when you were here in Kentucky. So yeah, we need to be able to like sit and chill and share some pours. You picked a top-notch personal shopper. Oh, yeah, Ben? Yeah. If Ben could be like, oh, I just realized my camera is not focused at all. Still not doing great. Come on, camera. Be a camera. Anyway, yeah, if I could make Ben my official whiskey supplier, that's what I would do. Unfortunately, time and money and his time as well. So, yeah, and thank you, Lou, for throwing that up. Folks, if you weren't in the wheel tonight, it's because you're not a Patreon, but you can become one. Come on, camera. You can do better. You can do better, camera. It's not going to focus, I guess. It's kind of focused. Still very blurry. Anyway, but yeah, if you're not a Patreon, not too late. You can follow that link there that Lou threw up. Thank you again, Lou. And next month, you can be in the drawing, and then you can win samples for me of whatever next month's thing is. I haven't decided yet, but it'll be something cool, I'm sure. That's right. Straight freedom stream for sure. Paying taxes never got you whiskey. Put your monies somewhere else. Yes, honestly, quick side note, that's half the reason that I started a YouTube channel, so I could write off whiskey and screw the government. Because, yeah, America. Do you love America? Prove it. That's right. Yeah, become a Patreon. Support America. Sounds like a sober man's game. Gordon Murphy, cheers, man. What's up, Gordon? Sorry I'm a little late there. 20 minutes, roughly. I'm on a Hoopadilla. It's a rocket fuel for the spaceship. Countdown. Okay. I am down with the week. I am done with the week in 65 minutes. Then I don't know, maybe start with... Okay. Yeah, Powers is always a good choice. Hey, Templar, what's up, man? Cheers, buddy. Another Patreon hanging out with us there. Half done with the semester, too. Awesome, Gordon Murphy. Good stuff. Balcony Catherine Rye is so much deeper than regular, simple, spicy ryes. Oh, my. Yeah, man. I had a sample of that thanks to the fancies. And, man, that is some killer stuff. Actually finished in my samples of the year. Freaking camera just will not... Oh, there we go. All right, it finally focused after many attempts. Rye is definitely my next adventure. Yeah, man, there are some great ryes out there. JH, what's up, buddy? Another Patreon join us there. Cheers to you, JH. Oh, Jay, just so you know, since you're here, hopefully you're still here. Because I've taken so long to get your samples from your winnings last month, I'm going to throw in a couple of these ryes. Just because I've taken so freaking long. So hit me up on Patreon. Again, folks, what the ryes were tonight was Pikesville, Still Austin, which is amazing. Stellum Rye, which is fantastic. Knob Creek cast strength rye there, the Rye Select. Corbin Cash Rye, if I can find the camera. And then Middle West Spirits straight rye whiskey. So that's the sample pack. But again, Christina won, so we'll be lenient with all that. So whoever Christina, since you won, we'll figure out what you don't have. But JH, if you want any of those ryes or any other ryes I have or anything else you want, hit me up on Patreon. And on top of the samples you're already winning, pick another couple that you have heard me talking about or whatever that you want, and I'll throw them in your box since I've taken so freaking long to get them to you. So hopefully you're hearing that, and yeah, send me a message, man, and we'll get it. Emanecker, what's up, man? Nice hat. Is that Mark Mace with the smooth face? Yeah. Let's see here. Even Oso Brewing has some good stuff. Okay. Yeah, cheers to you, Amenecker. Good to see you, man. Are you still down in Florida? My old stomping grounds there. Congrats. Let's see here. Cheers, all. Okay. Hopefully you guys look at this shit. Yeah, for sure, man. Why are you talking about it? Because you buy awesome whiskey, Ben, and you're very generous in doing that for me, and I appreciate you very much. And I love you very deeply, Ben. That's what I'm talking about you. Is there a peated Scotch you would recommend? Yes. So hopefully you're still here, 143 Bourbon. Now you're going straight into the deep end with this, but I think a perfect place to start is Ardbeg 10. You're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. But I would say it's less divisive than, say, Lefroy. Lefroy, I do not like. But Ardbeg 10, or if you want to go spend a little more, then I would go with Ugadal. But Oogie is getting pretty pricey these days. So that's why I usually suggest Ardbeg 10, because it's usually about $60, 50, $60. And it's a fantastic peated Scotch. 10 years old, good age statement. And it's just, it's just a well-rounded Scotch. Hey, T-Rob, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good night, everyone. So we will be closing down here in just a second. Just want to get through your comments here. See y'all on the flips. Yeah, so ASMR, we will be heading over to Joe now. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Yeah, man. T-Rob, yeah, so got that to review. This review will be coming here pretty shortly. Thanks to David, got this pick that he did himself. This is an 8-year cast strength Corbin Cash Merced Rye pick that David picked himself. So that review, I'm probably going to shoot this over the weekend. That review will be out here shortly. It's a beautiful rye. So anyway, thank you, all you Patreons. Thank you for your support. This night was all about you and getting you guys some great whiskey. And cheers to you all. So appreciate you guys. You guys really are what keeps this channel going, because YouTube certainly isn't. So thank you guys so much for your support. As always, Patreons, cheers to you guys. And we will see you on the next one. Mike saying cheers. Yeah, I'm out. Thank you, Mike. Another Patreon there. Thank you, guys. Thank you, all of you. I can't believe I've not seen that Middle West rye. Would like to get the Still Austin. Okay, yeah, we'll do it, man. I'll throw them in there with the rest of your samples, and I should be shipping those out next Wednesday. I got a bunch of stuff to send out next Wednesday, so I should be able to get that out to you then, Jay. And I'm sorry it took me so long, but cheers, everybody. Have a great night. If you're gonna head over somewhere, head over to Joe. I will be hanging out with him, and we're gonna be trying to tell jokes apparently. So hopefully I'm up for the task. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Love you guys, and thank you for support. And we will see you next Friday. And also, last final note. I know I'm doing like the Irish goodbye here. Tomorrow night on Mash and Metal, Testament versus Anthrax. So if you want to go support our other channel where we talk music, specifically metal, then that's tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Come hang out and talk metal with us. All right, that's it. Now I'm actually leaving. Bye, people. Cheers to all.